What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the world's best new metal podcast from two dudes who are really there. One half of your host and duo, Jay Horskow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious Tim Mr. Jr. Tim, how is it going?
Oh, great. Fucking hot as fuck.
It is definitely hotter than a witch's tit in a cast iron bra. So what are we doing this week, everybody? This week, we're advancing our May Madness third wave new metal tournament. So, I think a week or so ago, we did the first round. So this week, Tim and I are going to do the quarters and semis, getting us to the finals. We'll do one more episode for the finals. So I going back and listening to some of this stuff for like the third, fourth, fifth time, it's starting to get a little painful.
Ugh.
But whatever,
I thought we were
whatever.
we should we should probably just kill the whole thing in this one. Fuck it.
You know what? If you wanna, we can. Let's kill it.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
works for
All
me.
right. So okay, so let's start with the AKA Western Conference. This is the which conference was this? This was the Indigo Ranch Conference. So first up, we have Scrape. I think you and I had the same picks in this one. Scrape versus Flaw.
Yes.
Who did you go with, Tim, and why?
Let me see my notes here. Okay, hold on. Let me turn my volume up a little bit. There we go. Now I can actually hear myself. So, upon listening again, the scrape opener is really good. It's better than I thought, actually. Because I
Okay.
listened to it again, I was like, hey, it's pretty good. I compared the Flaws first song. It's not particularly close in my opinion. Because to me right now, I know we go with like the these days it's like this the second track, live up, blah blah blah. But I
Mm-hmm.
kind of think with these old records, you got to go by the first track because these new metal bands tried to hit it on the right off the bat. Scrape wins it on that one. I still don't really like the flaw vocals that much. Um, the scrape isn't like groundbreaking, but it's just like aesthetically better in my opinion. There's just something about it that's better. Uh,
Okay.
Flaw record gets very unlikable way quicker than the scrape record. And the scrape record's way more new metal in my opinion. The flaw record, it's just a rock record disguised as a new metal record that gets super boring, man. So to me, this is scrape all the way.
I have the same pick. For
Okay.
kind of the same reasons. I like the Flaw album. It's not bad. You can definitely, I mean, the comeback is, or the comeback, the comeback. Is that the big song? The comeback or the payback? Where I always,
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah.
at me. Don't at me. I really don't care that much. Not good song, well written. You understand why they ended up on MTV. You understand why it could have ended up on the radio. You understand why Flaw was on the Triple X soundtrack. Like you get it. But to your point, it does run out of gas about halfway through, and it becomes a derivation of itself to the point where you're like, huh?
Yeah.
Like that cat meme where the cat just goes, huh? Like that's literally what it comes out like. The Scrape album, I would agree, is a little bit more aggressive. It is definitely raunchy is the word that comes to mind. It isn't as clean, and it absolutely is way more new metal sounding.
Oh yeah.
This is one of those. I mean, when I think of, I put this band and this album in the same bucket as like we didn't even I should have done a bigger bracket, right? No One, some of those other bands where they don't necessarily stand out per se, but if you put it on and it's in the background, I'm not really going to get mad at it because it's not terrible. It just doesn't stand out enough to for me to seek it out. That being said, I agree with you. I think Scrape advances to the conference quarterfinals or semifinals, I should say.
100%. It's not even close, honestly. The flaw
I
record, if we did the second flaw record, I yeah, might have some
might have a
competition
puncher's
here.
chance, yeah.
But the scrape record, it's just aesthetically, like I said, it's aesthetically just better. I mean, the cover's weird, whatever, but that was the cool thing back then to do weird shit. But it's, to me, there's just better songs. The production to me is a little, it's better in my opinion, just the way it sounds. Vocals are better. The vocals on the flaw are just, ugh, I can't do it.
I mean,
And
but we talked about this when we did the first episode. They were shooting for, hey, let's get shit that's not as abrasive that we can get on the radio. So I get it.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
not anything I would
it's
seek out, but I get it.
the tones are better on the scrape record. Yeah, it's a definite winner for me right here.
Okay. All right. So agreed. Agreed. Same and same. All right. So next, I think we're going to agree on this one too. In the other quarterfinals, in the Indigo Ranch bracket, we have American Head Charge War of Art versus 5.0 self-titled. You want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Yeah, I'll go first.
All right, go for it.
Right off the bat, the AHC, it's just fucking way better, dude. There's really no I don't want to say there's no competition in this, but like I don't know, man. There's just everything about that record's just better. It's one of them records that's you go back to it and you're like, man, I really fucked up not listening to this through years because there's some really really good fucking songs on that
Agreed.
record.
Agreed.
I mean, it's going to be really hard to like top it for me right here, especially on this side. This side, it's really like looking at the bands. There's like Pulse Ultra. It was up against that was like no competition at all,
Right.
like
Right.
none. Um, I don't remember if I said it, but the 5.0 production, it's good. It might be a little better than the AHC, but I kind of feel like I was listening to it on YouTube, and you know how they compress the shit out of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I honestly was like, well, I can't listen to it on Apple Music because it's not fucking on there, so I got to stick with this. The 5.0, good vocals, better than I remember. Great riffs on some of the songs, better than I remember. The AHC, it's just like it's just in every regard, it's just better. It's
I
an aggressive record. It's raw as shit.
mm.
It's like the flaw though, the 5.0, it just gets unlikable really quick. Like you're just like, oh god, this is a chore to listen to.
Well, I think it's because at that point our ears have become so attuned to new metal that God, this is just bad mac and cheese.
Yeah,
No,
it's
it's just
just
bad
like,
mac and cheese. Man, we got to make a sticker of that. The bad mac and cheese.
but
I get where you're
here,
going though.
let me finish this though. Like the American Hair Charge, it just has talent behind it. It's got like raw talent behind it. It's got good songwriting. You know, just so you know, is better than the entire fucking record. If 5.0, in my opinion.
So I will say that I agree with almost everything that you said. It's definitely more aggressive. There's definitely more. There's a lot of talent. There was a lot. Let's put it this way. My take when I went back and listened to these two is both these bands are obviously talented. They're both
Yeah,
hell of a debuts. However, coming out the gate, American Head Charge was just a more mature sounding raw out the gate band as
yeah,
opposed to 5.0. That being said, 5.0 was doing some interesting stuff in this album. Even some of the later stuff is not there's we've talked I've definitely used this sentence before. There's hints of brilliance buried in there that if given a little bit more time to percolate, maybe in a bake, a second album would have been much stronger. But just on pure talent coming from launch, I just think American Head Charge is the better album.
oh yeah, yeah. It's just there's just like I said, there's that raw talent there. There's the songwriting's great, and it just holds up, man. Like the 5.0, like don't get me wrong, it's not terrible. It's not bad. It's just I just right ahead, just right away. I just prefer the AHC record. It's just
Yeah,
that it's just better.
I knew when I was building these brackets that whoever American Head Charge comes up against, it's going to be kind of brutal. I will say though, if those of you who are listening and caught our interview with Adam Easterling about a door left open, I don't know if he said this on recording or off recording. We talked for like 3 hours that night. We only recorded an hour and 10 minutes, so we covered a lot of ground. Adam will be coming back on to deep dive this album when the tour is over because he's a big fan. So, no offense
The
to 5.
5.0?
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
That's right.
This
Yeah, he
this
loves
and
it.
a band in the Supercharger conference, which we'll talk about
That's right.
next.
That's right.
But yes, so we will be coming back to this. If anybody from the band is listening, if anybody who knows someone in the band that is listening, please reach out to them. We would love to have a We would love to have a chat. We really would.
Yeah.
So I think it's unanimous that American Head Charge moves forward. Okay, so now Tim, let's swap over to the Supercharger bracket. We'll do the quarters there, and then we'll do semis, finals. Make sense?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So in the Supercharger bracket, we have, and I think you and I had different maps here. So I have Down the Sun versus Systematic. I believe you had Down the Sun versus Apartment 26. Who did you go with
Yes.
and why?
Okay. This was the hardest one for me right here.
Okay.
All right, let me start here. Like I said before, the Apartment 26, it doesn't really catch ground until like halfway through it. It's got a great better half. I mean, one of probably the better second half records in that era I've heard in a long time. I mean, I've heard the record before, obviously, but like the second half is just a banger, dude. There's some really good tracks on that. Um, Compared to the Down the Sun, the whole record's fucking great. It just starts off heavy, it fucking ends heavy.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
the Down the Sun record, it's just for the time it came out, I think it was a little bit ahead of its time. I don't think people were really ready for that right there.
No, no, no. I mean, but we can make the same argument about American Head Charge,
Yeah.
right? In the sense of Slipknot truly was, I would argue, Slipknot truly was. Well, you tell me if you agree. They were the heaviest new metal band, and they
Oh
were the
fuck yeah.
last big new metal band, big name new metal band to come out. And then after them, it's kind of tipped over, and we went to American Metalcore and all that sort of stuff. But I think if new metal had stuck around for say another year or two, I think you would have seen American Head Charge get really big. You would have seen Down the Sun get really big. You would have seen those late stage, really heavier type sounding bands, the chunky shit, uh, get really big.
Yeah. I mean, like I said about the American Head Charge, like this, the same thing goes for Down Sun. It's just raw as hell. It's
So
got
I'm
a lot of,
assuming you move them forward, Tim.
yeah, it's got a lot of energy to it. It's just, and this has nothing to do with, us being friends with, Lance and all that. And
Mm-mm.
it's
Mm-mm.
just, it has nothing to do with it because people are probably like, oh, it's just because they talk. Nah, has nothing to do with that, honestly. It's just a better
Mm-mm.
record. Don't get me wrong, the Apartment 26, it's super fun record, man. I really, really enjoy that second half. I mean, and then when I go back to the Down Sun, it's probably the most, not the most, but like it's probably the bet. I can't see. I don't want to say that either yet. It's probably the most. It's definitely the most new record on this side of our
Yes.
brackets.
Yes.
That is a 100% right there. But the thing about the Down Sun record too is I actually enjoy listening to it. Where the Apartment 26, I don't enjoy it till the tracks 5, 6. It's
Fair.
like, you know what I mean?
Fair.
Um,
So on my side, so I didn't go with Apartment 26. I went with Systematic. And with if we were doing like a proto chode rock bracket, Systematic would clean up. Like I think this is a well crafted rock album, right? New grunge rock, whatever you want to call it. Down the Sun smokes it for me. Smokes it.
yeah.
It's a good. I mean, I'm surprised at how often I go back and listen to it. I actually don't mind it. I think it's pretty good, but at the same time, you can't compare it to something that's just obnoxiously heavy like Down the Sun. I like the Systematic stuff. I don't think it's terrible. I did listen to it a couple times this week, but I just think Down the Sun is it's just a better album.
Yeah, it's more memorable. It's something I'll actually listen to in a month. Like if it came on in a month, I'd be like, yeah, sick record. Good shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love the vocals on the Down the Sun. It's just fucking it has like a Mushroom Head feel to it. Sounds like a Mushroom Head vocalist. I mean, I
yeah.
just think it's just way fucking better, dude.
Hmm.
It's gonna be hard to top that record in this bracket for me. It's
I
gonna be
mean,
hard.
when
I'm not gonna lie.
you look at it, and it's produced by Garth, Garth.
Yeah, I mean
So of
it's
course, I mean, I have a funny feeling I know where our finals are going to land, and it's going to be two rock star producers with two rock star bands. Um, okay, so skipping ahead, we have Down the Sun advancing to the quarters or semifinals. So right now we have Scrape and American Head Charge in the Indigo Ranch bracket, and we have Down the Sun versus Let's Figure This Out. So the next one, you and I had a totally different. I think we had a totally different bracket here. So in Third Strike versus Reveille, you went with Third Strike, yes?
yes, sir.
And in Switched versus Grade 8, you went with Switched.
Yes.
Okay, so who took this one? Because I know this might have been a tough one for you.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This was very, very tough because I'll tell you what, man. I'll go with Switch first. Dude, I fucking love that record. That I listened to that like
I
when you
am
said you had to come on a little
shocked.
later. I was like, let me put this on again.
I am
That
fucking
fucking record is good all the way
shocked.
through, man.
Shocked.
It's great the whole way through. It's fucking great. There's some really fucking good tracks on there. I love the mix on it's great. There's great riffing on it. And the further you go, I'm like, dude, this record doesn't let up. I don't know why you don't like the record. I think it's really good, man. Um, honestly, it wasn't really close to me at all. It was just Third Strike. Now that I think about it, because the Third Strike, don't get me wrong, good opener, some good tracks on there, but like I think the potential of Third Strike it kind of goes away in like the fourth, fifth track. It's like, all
Okay.
right, I see what they for the first three or first 4 or 5 tracks. I'm like, there's actually some bangers on here, but it just gets fucking stale and like they ran out of ideas, kind of thing.
Okay.
It's like rehashed, like kind of riffing and all that stuff, which is, don't get me wrong. We've always said this a million times. Every riff in the world has been written. It's just different hands writing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tim, this whole third wave genre is, I mean, sadly, it's a definition of rehash.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and then like when the third strike fizzles, man, it just fucking fizzles out.
Right.
It's
When it,
like
when it starts eating the dick, it eats the dick.
it
Yes.
eats the dick. But I'm
Yes.
telling you, man, you need to sit and listen to that Switch record because it's fucking damn good,
I,
man.
I will I will commit to going back in between this week and our next show, which I think isn't for like 2 weeks. I will commit to going back and listen.
It's dude, it's damn good. So yeah, it's Switch for me. It's
Okay.
not even close, honestly.
All right. So me, I had Reveille versus Grade Eight, so I had the exact opposite. Now I went back and listened to both albums. I do enjoy Grade Eight. It's not terrible. I mean, I was on the what is the third, fourth listen. I was kind of surprised how heavy it was. It was not what I was expecting. But it sounds very polished. Very, 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 very polished. Like a bar you could slide a beer from one end to the other at 40 feet. Whereas the the Reveille album, and I remember picking this up, contemporarily. I picked it up during the time. I remember buying this Primer 55 almost the same time, because I saw those bands a whole bunch. I I just think Reveille wrote better songs. I think it's the hip hoppy sort of rappy piece of it made sense to me. Knowing they were really really young, I think that they showed some ability, right? Maybe maybe next we'll do second albums that fizzled. We'll do a whole bracket on seconds that fizzled. Um, but I guess with Bleed the Sky from Reveille. But for Laced, I really enjoyed this album and I moved them forward. I I like it. I like it. I liked Grade Eight. It was a nice find for me. Never heard of them before. Don't remember listening to them back then. But I just don't see how it compares to Reveille. I just think Reveille was a much slicker, much better produced, put together album.
Yeah, I mean, I see the qualities in that record. It's just for me, it was like, eh, I've heard much better. That style I've heard done much, much better.
Right, right, right. I mean, if it would beat it to death with these 16 bands. Okay, so that means in the Supercharger conference, we have Down the Sun and Tim's bracket versus Down the Sun versus Switched. Mine is Down the Sun versus Reveille. Now let's go back to the Indigo Ranch conference and see who the conference winner is. In this matchup, we have Scrape with New Killer America versus American Head Charge War of Art.
Let's just skip the annex, dude. It's American or Ted Charge.
I don't even know how that could be up for debate. I mean, I like the Scrape album. The thing that always sticks out about me about that band is the fucking big toe. The
Yeah.
big toe on that album. That's the first thing I think of. But again, American Head Charge. Tim, did you watch the album release show?
Who has that?
So it's on YouTube, and it's not one of like the liberated tapes or anything,
That's
but
what I
it
was
is a
gonna ask.
full HD soundboard quality set of them doing their record release show, and it's fantastic. Like to the
Okay.
point where I was watching this going, damn, that one chance I had to see them, I missed it
I'll be
because
watching that
it's
tonight.
it's good. It's really good. All right, so the winner of the Indigo Ranch Conference in the third wave new metal May Madness is American Head Charge, War of Art. And now let's go back to the Supercharger Conference and figure out who comes home there. So Tim, you've got Down the Sun versus Switched. I know where this is going. I mean, what? So here, let me ask you. I'm going to ask just the flat out question: What made Down the Sun? What would have Switched had to do in order to displace Down the Sun as the conference finalist?
I don't know.
What
Dude,
was missing?
I'm. It's just this is. I still don't have a winner pick for this. I'm going to tell you that right now.
Okay.
I literally don't, and I'm going to pick it in the next couple minutes. I kind of know who I'm going to pick. But dude, this was super hard, man. Like I'm really, really on the fence about this one. I'm gonna let you go first with yours, honestly.
So I have Down the Sun versus Reveille, and I like heavier stuff. I like more aggressive stuff. So this is almost an unfair matchup to me.
Yeah, yeah.
Down the Sun moves forward. I love the Reveille album. I think it's great. We're going to get Ken on to talk. He was part of the Reveille Street team, so we're eventually going to get on and have that conversation. But just the Down the Sun album is a better album. It's it's more aggressive. You have Garth's production, and it just they come out hard charging, and it doesn't stop.
All right. I'm also going to go with Down the Sun. And I'm going to tell you why. If the switched record went against any other record that was that style with the more rock alternative sound, this smokes any record on this list by a
Okay.
mile, by 3 miles. It smokes it. I'm telling you, man, that record is surprisingly, amazingly good, dude. I can't believe how good it is. Anyway, the Down the Sun, I agree with you. It's just so fucking aggressive, and it's just I feel like they got fucked, and I just feel like that record, man, just if that came out in 98, 97, 98, that's one of the best records of that time. When did it come out? 2000.
It was 2000 or 2001. It was late. It was late.
If it comes out and see, let me see if you agree with this. If it comes out in 97, 98, it's one of the best records of the year.
It it sets the tone for what heavy new metal sounds like.
Yeah.
Because up until Slipknot, nothing came out that's heavy. 2002, self-titled.
Okay.
2002.
So that makes
I
my point even better.
Yeah.
It's just yeah, at 2002, all the like switched is what you're expected to hear in 2002.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I mean? So
Hmm.
I totally expect to hear that record in 2002. I don't expect to hear the Down the Sun 2002. I expect that to be done in 96, 98, something like that. Just I just feel like that record just didn't get the recognition it deserved, and I don't know. It's just good. It's just very hard to pick the Switch over. Even though I'm going to tell you, man, I'm going to listen to that Switch record regularly. Let's just say that it was
Okay.
this close, man. It's this fucking close, dude. If the
Wow.
Switch was a little more aggressive and not as rockish radio kind of, I probably would have picked it. And the one thing I do like about the Switcher record is I love Shiggle. All the stuff he did with Chimera. I just love the way he produced that band. And I kind of feel like a lot of people overlook his involvement with them. Like he kind of
Mm.
shaped like the way that record sounded for Impossibility, in my opinion. You know what I mean? That record is produced very well, man. And when you listen to the Switch record, you fucking hear it, dude. There's a lot of great melodies in that record. It's just a fucking damn good record. And I really hope you fucking get into it because I really think you're missing out, man.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
Down the Sun for me, man.
So, so here we have reached the point where we reached the finals, and coming out of the Indigo Ranch conference is American Head Charge. Coming out of the Serpent Charger conference is Down the Sun. So here's my question to you, Tim: do we make a call right now, or or do we cut the episode here, open it up to a survey for all of our subscribers on YouTube, all the people who listen to the podcast, all our fans on Facebook? We run a quasi survey to let the audience vote which one they would pick, and then we loop back and do a final episode where we present their feedback and we do ours.
Yeah. So we would basically just come on and I'll just attach it to the end of this one.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Well, we could do
absolutely.
that, or we could just let this one go, and when we'll connect we'll collect feedback from YouTube, we'll collect feedback from Libsyn, we'll collect feedback from Facebook, and then if one of you listeners want to come on and defend who you picked and why, we'll get you on, and we'll have maybe we get one. It'll be even better. We get one person who picks each band and get them on to defend their pick.
Yeah, that's actually a really cool idea.
And
All
I
right.
think I know who I want to get at least one person. Yes. So we'll do that. So what we'll do is we'll open this up. We'll do a kind of quasi informal survey. If you want to come on the show and defend your pick, American In Charge War of Art versus Down the Sun self title, which one is the better album in the third wave May Madness New Metal Single Elimination Tournament? Let us know. Reach out. We'll get you on, and then we'll have a panel conversation where we'll debate the pros and cons of each and see if we can come to a gentleman's agreement about who wins.
All right. So me and you aren't picking right now.
No, we are not going to pick.
That actually it works out better because I would love to listen to these two records back to back and then get like a final pick as well. That actually works really well.
You know what else I would suggest? I had to make the playlist manually on Plex, but I have both albums uploaded, and it's first track, second track, third track, third track, and I go one by one, and I mean you got to flip a coin to see which band goes first because you may end up you're anchoring with the first song. But it is interesting to compare like track 4 where bands typically get slower, track 7 where they typically drop some random heater, right? Like Slaughtered from Pantera. I would agree. I would like to get some extra time. Okay, people. So if you're watching, if you're listening, which is the better album? American Head Charge, War of Art, or Down the Sun, self-titled? Comment, right? Reach out on social media. New Breed _ podcast on both Twitter and Instagram. Newbreedpodcast at gmail.com. Send us your vote via email. We'll take it. 267-297-4627. Leave us a voicemail. Yell about who you're picking and why. We want to hear it. If you're interested in coming on the show, let us know. We will have you on. We'll get a defender. We'll get a defender of each band. Shit, maybe we can find Lance to come on. Maybe we get Lance out of retirement and bring him on. Maybe in the run-up we could find one of the American Head Charge guys. But let us know who you think is the better album. We'll bring you on the show. We'll have this debate, and we'll settle it live. I think I just did the outro. So until next Wednesday when we do the new episode, cheers.